There's a time and a place for everything, so they say, and now's the time for the Volkswagen Touareg, a vehicle that's unlike any other that Volkswagen has ever created. And the place is obviously your driveway. Touareg represents everything Volkswagen has learned about automaking condensed into a spirited, luxury sport utility with style, presence, and energy. That energy comes from an ability to conquer almost any terrain with its impressive off-road abilities, and the way it lets you customize its features to adapt to your needs, making Touareg uniquely yours. This is an all-new vehicle with all new functions and features, some of which you may not even be aware. This video will clue you in on some of the important features and surprises on your new Touareg. Your owner's manual has everything you need to know. Please read through it thoroughly. But for now, watching this program will give you a glimpse of Touareg's impressive capability. And just think, now you don't have to rent a video tonight. On Touareg, there are surprises everywhere you look, and in places you can't even see. Let's go over some of the surprises you might encounter. The first surprise you'll notice is the key. Trust me, you've never had a key like it. There's an initialized transponder embedded in the key that communicates with the vehicle. What's it saying? Plenty. It says it's the only key that will work in your new Touareg. Unauthorized attempts to start the engine won't work. It also tells Touareg where it is. With the available keyless access feature, you can walk up and open the door just by touching the latch, as long as you have the key, even if it's in your pocket. Touch the handle, wait a beat for it to unlock, and then pull the handle. You can program it to unlock just the driver's door or any other doors. You can turn this feature off in the multifunction indicator. More on that in a minute. When you exit the vehicle, you can lock Touareg simply by touching the lock button on any of the 4 door handles. This locks the vehicle and engages the anti-theft alarm. Keyless access also prevents you from locking your key in the car. If the key is left in the vehicle, you won't be able to lock the doors. The key must be outside of the car. Your local hardware store can't make copies of your key. If you need an additional or replacement key, you must bring all your keys to an authorized Volkswagen dealer. They can make you a new key and reinitialize all your keys. You can't code just one. They all need to be recoded. Your key is loaded with other functions. You can lower the windows from outside the vehicle by turning the key to the left and holding it. You can also close them the same way. Just turn the key to the right and hold. Your key also has a radio frequency remote that lets you lock and unlock the doors and rear hatch. If you unlock your Touareg using your remote and don't open the door within 30 seconds, the system will assume you unlocked the doors inadvertently and will automatically lock the doors again. You have to admit, that's quite a key. Now let's look at some other surprising things on your Touareg. The driver and front passenger windows have a one-touch up and down feature. That's not too surprising. What is, however, is pinch protection. If something should obstruct the window as it's closing, it automatically reverses. That's a smart window. The heated side mirrors are pretty smart too. When you adjust the driver's side, the passenger side automatically adjusts with it. You can turn this feature off in the multifunction indicator. More on that in a minute. You can also fold the mirrors by turning the control stalk to the bottom center position. Great for squeezing between trees on the trail or just going through the car wash. Volkswagen has anticipated your needs by loading Touareg with functional surprises that you might wonder how you ever did without. 5 accessory outlets, 1 up front, 1 in the center console, 1 on the console facing rearward, and 2 in the rear, allow you to power your phone, computer, cooler, or whatever needs juice. You can keep small items cool in the air-conditioned glove compartment. There's a control knob for the cold air supply. The center console slides forward and back for comfort and has a holder for a 1-liter beverage bottle or other container. If you have the Premium 2 package, your electrically adjustable steering wheel is heated. You can turn this feature off with the push of a button. If you should happen to get a flat in some out-of-the-way place where roadside assistance just doesn't reach, you'll discover your spare is flat too. Don't panic, it's supposed to be like that to save space. Touareg comes equipped with its own air compressor. On vehicles without air suspension, there's an air compressor located in the rear compartment on the left side. The electrical connections for the compressor clip onto terminals in the engine compartment. The air compressor is protected from overheating. When inflating large items or several tires, it will automatically shut off until it cools down sufficiently. On models with air suspension, there's an inflator hose located under the rear seat on the driver's side. Attach this hose to the fitting under the front passenger seat. A pressure indicator tells you when you've reached the proper pressure. There's also a jack, special tools, and a wheel lock key to remove the locking lug nut on each wheel. Before changing a tire, make sure to put your Touareg in jack mode. Holding down the lock button for 5 seconds will lock the suspension and enable the tire to be changed. Read your owner's manual for complete details and applicable warnings. The roof rack on your new Touareg is different than others. For starters, it's lockable. To adjust the position of the crossbars, unsnap the lock cover. Using the special key you received at delivery, unlock both sides and remove the key. Slide the crossbar to one of the detent positions and lock the crossbar into place. When not in use, the crossbars can be placed together at the rear of the roof to create a spoiler. To minimize wind noise, make sure the bars are positioned tightly together or completely apart. There are a lot of little surprises on your new Touareg, but perhaps one of the biggest surprises is its multifunction indicator, which allows you to customize the features and capabilities of Touareg to meet your needs and personalize the vehicle, as well as keeping you apprised of the status of vehicle systems. The display in the instrument cluster shows the gear selection, time, temp, trip, and total odometer. But there's a lot of information and functions available at your fingertips. The menu forward button on the steering wheel brings up drive time, distance, average speed, and fuel consumption. You can scroll through them by rotating the thumb button up or down. By depressing the thumb button, you can choose the way the information is compiled: since start, long term, or since last refueling. Pressing the menu forward button again will take you to setup. Pressing the menu back button again at any time will take you back one level. You may now select preferences for lights, tire pressure, speed warning, time display, comfort, language, units of measurement, or return to factory settings. Once a user-selectable feature is displayed, depressing the thumb switch activates or deactivates that function. Selecting lights allows you to select timing and light intensity options for the mirror lamps and footwell lights. In the tire pressure menu, you can turn the tire pressure monitoring system on or off, get inflation information, and store desired tire pressures. The tire pressure monitoring system alerts you to potential safety concerns when tire pressure changes. Speed warning allows you to select a speed you wish to maintain without cruise control. If you exceed this speed by 5 miles per hour, a warning will appear in the display, followed by an audible tone until the speed is reduced. Time display lets you select between 12 and 24-hour mode. Comfort lets you adapt door opening and mirror functions. Door opening lets you choose a signal upon door opening, as well as selecting auto lock and unlock options. The mirror function allows you to select or deselect synchronized mirror adjustment. Moving back to the setup menu, language allows you to set the display characters to German, English, French, Italian, or Spanish. Units lets you select between metric or standard measurements for temperature, distance, and fuel consumption. Factory settings returns the multifunction indicator to the original default selections. The multifunction indicator lets you customize Touareg to your needs. Read your owner's manual for complete details on operating the multifunction indicator, and be prepared to discover other surprises on your new Touareg. Stay with us and learn more. The technology level in the Touareg is pretty impressive, and it doesn't stop at the engine, drivetrain, and safety features. The stereo is equally up to the task of surpassing your expectations. The standard radio in Touareg is a state-of-the-art 10-speaker Monsoon AM/FM CD player with control capability for an optional 6-disc CD changer. The first thing you'll notice is the interactive display, which gives great control flexibility and personalization of user settings. The control buttons at the bottom of the radio face change the functions of the display. When you press one of the control buttons, your user options are then accessible by the function keys on each side of the display. The controls are easy to understand and use, letting you control sound settings, set station presets, and so on. When in FM or AM display mode, you can program up to 12 AM and 12 FM stations. First, select the band you want, AM1, AM2, FM1, or FM2. Now tune your radio to the station you want to program. Then press and hold the desired preset button until you hear a slight beep. Just repeat the process for the rest of your presets. When you travel out of your home area, your radio will find the 6 strongest stations and automatically program them in numerical order. Just select AM or FM in the display, then press the AS or Auto Store button for approximately 2 seconds, and you've got tunes without hunting. It doesn't erase your presets. To return to your stations, just press the AM or FM button again. If you have the radio with navigation system, the display is more comprehensive, with a greater range of information and control. When first powered up, you must respond to a warning display by pressing Accept. Like the base radio, each control button opens up a wealth of user-definable function in the display, allowing you to make selections with the function keys or soft keys on each side of the unit. The control button on the far left displays sound settings, allowing you to customize the treble, bass, balance, fade, and so on. Pressing Escape on the far right side will take you back 1 page in the display. The Info button displays vehicle information such as the angle of the front wheels, a compass, and system settings. Radio will display your station presets and allow radio control. CD lets you control the CD currently being played, as well as the optional 6-disc CD changer. Auxiliary lets you control an aftermarket accessory, such as a DVD player or separate audio or video input. The navigation button accesses the CD-based navigation system. More on that in the Finding Your Way section of this video. Finally, Map gives you a map of your current location. Your radio also has a special feature to protect it against theft. When you remove the key from the ignition, a blinking red light shows others that your radio is protected and inoperative if removed. Be sure you read your user's manual and get acquainted with your radio navigation system before heading out on the road. Once you're familiar with its operation, you won't be distracted while driving, and you'll be ready to rock. One of the reasons you bought your new Touareg is its phenomenal on- and off-road capabilities. The German engineering is responsible for the way you feel the road and the way Touareg responds to your commands. It's a tremendous feeling to be in control of so much admirable machinery. But in driving, there's always an element of risk. Accidents do happen. And there's a lot of comfort in knowing the level of safety provided by your new Touareg. That's why it's important to know about all its safety features. Included in your owner's manual is a section called Safety First. Make sure you read it thoroughly. We'll cover some highlights here. For proper airbag deployment, you should position yourself as far away from the steering wheel as possible while still maintaining comfortable control. Adjust the steering wheel up or down and in or out for your driving comfort. For proper airbag deployment, it must be at least 10 inches or 25 centimeters away from your chest. Of course, you should always wear your safety belt. It should fit snug and low across the pelvis. To properly adjust it for your height, slide the height adjuster up or down until the belt is midway over your shoulder. It should never ride against your neck. Front safety belts are designed to allow the driver and passenger to be more comfortable with reduced tension on the belts. In the event of an accident, early crash sensors activate belt tensioners for all window side occupants, in addition to adjusting the intensity of the driver and front passenger airbags, depending on the severity of the accident. Touareg comes equipped with side airbags as well as curtain airbags that cover the entire window surface to the back of the rear seat. In some severe accidents, or if the airbags deploy, all doors are designed to automatically unlock. The fuel supply and all high-power electrical units will be shut down, and the hazard lights will come on. All rear safety belts have automatic locking retractors to properly secure child restraint devices. Make sure you read your owner's manual as well as the manufacturer's safety seat manual for the proper use. And child restraints should be used only in the rear seats of the vehicle, not in the front seat. Your new Volkswagen model is equipped with the latch system. Latch stands for lower anchors and tethers for children and is the best method for securing a child restraint in your Touareg. The lower anchors are attached to the vehicle's floor under the rear seat. You can find the latch points between the seat and seat back under the identifying buttons. Latch-ready child restraint devices will lock on to these anchors. The tethers attach to fixed points on the back of the seat. Always consult your manual and manufacturer's instructions to properly install your child restraint. Speaking of child safety, your Touareg also has child safety locks on the rear doors to prevent children from opening a door while the vehicle is in motion. To engage the safety locks, insert the tip of your key into the slot on the edge of the rear door above the latch and turn it to the left. Now the door can only be opened from the outside. The tire pressure monitoring system in the multifunction indicator alerts the driver of improper tire pressure. Daytime running lamps are another safety feature. Statistics have shown them to be effective at reducing the likelihood of an accident. When you start the car, the daytime running lamps automatically come on. DRLs are not powerful enough for nighttime use, however. Make sure you turn the switch to the headlight position at night. To turn on the fog lamps, pull the switch out. Two other safety components are the anti-glare interior mirror, which dims the mirror when lights are approaching from the rear, and the rain sensor for the automatic windshield wipers. To turn on the automatic wipers, turn the stalk to the auto position. The sensor in the rear view mirror will activate the wipers when it's raining. You may have Volkswagen Telematics by OnStar on your Touareg, designed to give you a range of communication services right from your vehicle. Depending on what package you have, the blue OnStar button connects you to a live advisor who can help you with everything from roadside assistance to finding a good restaurant. They'll even make the reservations for you. Pressing the emergency button gives your call top priority from a trained advisor with access to nearby emergency services providers. And the white dot button allows you to place and receive calls with optional OnStar personal calling, which uses voice commands so you can keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. With automatic airbag notification and remote door unlocking, Telematics gives you the comfort of knowing someone is there to help protect and assist you 24 hours a day. We know you'll enjoy the security as well as the excitement of driving such an intelligently engineered vehicle. And please, drive safely. We want you to stay in the Volkswagen family a long time. Your Touareg is designed to give you the active comfort you need to stay refreshed and alert for driving while giving you full access to all the controls. Your first source of comfort comes from Touareg seats. You'll notice they're firm and supportive. You'll need to adjust the seat to give you the greatest comfort while positioning yourself correctly behind the wheel. Touareg comes with either standard 8-way manually adjustable seats or 12-way power seats with memory. The 12-way power memory seat features memory positions for 3 different drivers. The memory settings also include the position of the outboard mirrors and, if equipped, steering wheel adjustment and safety belt height. To set the memory for the first driver, close the door and adjust the seat to a comfortable driving position. Then adjust the outboard mirrors. Steering wheel and the safety belt height. The ignition switch should be in the on position, but do not start the engine. Now press the 1 button on the side of the driver's seat for 3 seconds until you hear a confirming beep. The first memory position is set. You can assign memory positions for 3 drivers. Now you can assign a memory position to an individual key. That way, when you use your specific remote to unlock your car, your selections will automatically go to your memory position. Here's how you do it. After you've set the memory position, you have 10 seconds to program the remote. Leave the key in the on position. Depress and hold the appropriate memory button. While holding the button down, turn the ignition off and remove the key. Keep holding the memory button and press and hold the unlock button on the remote. In about 3 seconds, a tone will confirm that the remote has been programmed. Sometimes getting comfy means being able to take the stuff, and Touareg has a folding rear seat to make sure your gear is comfy too. To fold the seat, pull the loop in front and pull the seat bottom up and forward. Now tilt the seat bottom up. Then pull the release handle on the backrest and pull it forward. Remove the head restraint and store it securely. Then push the seat back the rest of the way forward. Make sure to lock the plastic hook on the rear seat back into the seat bottom during folding. To return, just reverse the process. Make sure the seat back latches securely to ensure the safety belts will work properly. The steering wheel lets you comfortably control many vehicle and accessory functions, keeping your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. On the left side are the cruise control buttons. The switches on the right side of the steering wheel let you control the volume of the audio, access menus in the multifunction indicator, and set user configurable options. The functions of your Tiptronic automatic climate control system are very simple and easy to use. Just press the auto button, set the temperature, and the system does the rest. The standard 2-zone Tiptronic allows the front occupants to control their own comfort with a difference of up to 25 degrees between zones. The 4-zone Tiptronic has completely separate air conditioning and heating units for the front and rear. Rear seat passengers can use heat or air conditioning independently of the front controls. The driver can regain control of all functions by pressing and holding the auto button. The recirculation button closes the intake vents and recirculates the air in the cabin. This is the best way to cool your car quickly or prevent outside air from circulating. Below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, recirculated air is blended with filtered outside air to prevent window fogging. When auto recirculation is activated, the system also has a nose, allowing it to detect odors or fumes outside, and will automatically go into recirculation mode and filter the air in the cabin. The rest button allows the vehicle to use stored engine heat to warm the cabin up to 30 minutes after the vehicle is turned off. For complete details on the operation of your heating and cooling system, read your owner's manual, and you'll be comfy in your new Touareg no matter what the weather. And if the weather does turn nasty, we don't want you to have to get your feet wet going from your car to your house. The HomeLink Universal Transmitter lets you control up to 3 radio frequency devices. You can open your garage door, turn off your security system, and turn on the lights, all from your front seat. We're working on getting it to fetch your slippers. The most comforting thing about the Touareg is knowing that it can take you almost anywhere you want to go and get you back again. Its off-road abilities are nothing short of spectacular, allowing you to climb 45-degree slopes and, with air suspension, ford through nearly 23 inches of water. It can do this thanks to the extraordinary engineering that designs every part, every system to be integrated with a singular goal: to produce a vehicle that engages the road and the driver with purpose, translating the driver's desires into motion without compromise. With all this capability, there's more to know about driving the Touareg than gas to go, brake to stop. We want you to be an informed driver. In off-road situations, be aware of what's ahead, even if that means getting out and scouting your route. If you're planning on serious off-roading, we highly recommend taking an off-road driving course to increase your skills. There's a lot to know, and this video isn't sufficient to teach you everything you need before venturing out into the wilderness. Make sure you read your owner's manual. We want you to drive safe and drive smart. Before going off-road, let's cover some on-road basics. With a Tiptronic automatic transmission, you have the best of two worlds: seamless automatic control or driver-selected shifting. To use Tiptronic, shift into drive, then push the lever to the right. Now you're in control of the shift points. To upshift or shift to a higher gear, push the shift lever forward. To downshift, pull the gear lever back. Even if you forget to shift, there's a fail-safe. Tiptronic will automatically upshift before the RPMs reach the engine's red line. It will also downshift if engine speed gets too slow. If you want to use automatic shifting but desire a more spirited shifting arrangement, move the lever to the S position. This sport selection will give you higher RPM upshifts and earlier downshifts. Your Touareg is also equipped with a host of advanced vehicle management systems, including electronic differential lock, anti-slip regulation, electronic stabilization program, and engine braking assist. Each of these features affects how you drive your Touareg and how your Touareg handles. We don't have time to go into the details of all these features here. See your owner's manual or talk to your sales consultant or service consultant for more details. Or give us a call at customer care. We're there for you. The source of Touareg's sure-footedness is its 4X Motion continuous four-wheel drive system, which constantly monitors and responds to vehicle and road conditions and sends power where it's needed. 4X Motion lets you go where your heart desires, within reason, of course. Under normal conditions, 4X Motion locks the center differential, evenly distributing power to the front and rear axles. But during cornering, the center differential unlocks, relieving drivetrain stress and preventing excess tire wear. Depending on conditions, up to 100% of the drive force can be transmitted to one of the two axles. Turning the rotary auto differential switch on the console from high to low engages the low driving range, intended for slow speeds in difficult terrain. To change the setting, decrease speed to less than 5 miles per hour. Turn the switch to low. The multifunction indicator will display shift to idling. Place the gear selector in neutral and then back into drive. You are now in a reduced gear ratio. By reducing the gearing at the center transfer case, torque to the wheels is increased, giving you better off-road traction and power. When in low range, do not exceed 40 miles per hour. While in the low range, you may notice that the throttle control seems more subdued. This is normal. The throttle-by-wire system automatically desensitizes the accelerator, eliminating lurching and jumping. Rotating the switch to the right one more stop will lock the center differential, providing full-time propulsion to all wheels. This will deactivate the automatic control. You can switch to this setting on the fly without having to decrease speed or change gears. On vehicles with the optional rear differential lock, turning the switch all the way to the right will prevent the rear differential from unlocking, providing constant power to both rear wheels. If you encounter some deep water, Touareg can probably handle it. The standard suspension can handle up to 19.5 inches of standing water, while Touareg with the air suspension can ford almost 23 inches of water when properly equipped. Make sure you proceed slowly so as not to plow through the water, causing it to come up too high. If you're unsure of the water depth, do not attempt fording. Remember, drive smart and drive safe. When you get back on the paved roads, make sure you switch the selector back to high. You will again have to decrease speed to less than 5 miles per hour. Rotate the auto differential switch to high. While rolling, place the gear selector in neutral, then back into drive. And Touareg is once again in high mode. If your Touareg is equipped with a continuous damping control air suspension, be prepared for a completely new driving experience. 4 height sensors continuously measure the space between the axles and body to keep the level between axles and body even and maintain the body at a constant driving height. If the level deviates from the set position, Touareg's 4 air spring absorbers instantly react, smoothing out even the roughest roads. The roller switch in the center of the console allows 3 settings: Auto, Comfort, and Sport. The Comfort setting gives you a somewhat softer ride. cushioning you from road irregularities and bumps. Sport mode ratchets up the control by tightening the suspension, giving you greater control and handling. Auto gives you the best of both worlds, automatically changing modes based on inputs from various sensors, including acceleration, suspension travel, steering wheel motion, and speed. In addition to maintaining your constant ride height, the body height will adjust up or down depending on the differential mode selected and vehicle speed. To select a suspension height, pop up the suspension knob on the right side of the console. Selecting the center auto position puts Touareg in control of body height, automatically raising or lowering depending on speed. Turning the knob to the right raises the body for greater ground clearance and maneuverability off-road. The MFI will show the body height displayed as a bar graph. As the body rises, the bars turn orange. While the body is adjusting, one of the bars will flash until the body reaches that height. Turning to the left lowers the body for exceptional handling on paved roads. The lock button maintains a height set by the driver. Locking the suspension in the highest setting is good for temporary use for clearing obstacles, but should only be used for short durations, as Touareg needs suspension travel for proper handling. It also causes electronic differential locking to be overactive and causes extreme premature tire and brake wear. You can manually select ride heights. However, there are automatic overrides in certain circumstances. For instance, if you attempt to go over 43 miles per hour with a body raised to the off-road level, your height will automatically be lowered to the standard level. Always drive with the appropriate body height for speed and conditions. Read your owner's manual for complete details on the functions of the air damping suspension system. If you're descending a steep slope, you may be concerned about pitching down the slope too rapidly. You can relax because Touareg is equipped with Hill Descent Assist. You must be in low range, with ESP on, and first gear manually selected. When descending a hill, taking your foot off the accelerator will engage Hill Descent Assist, and the vehicle will descend at a constant rate without having to use the brakes. Touareg will continue down at the speed which you crested the hill, so slower is better. Again, this is not intended to be a complete guide to understanding and operating your Touareg off-road. Read your owner's manual completely and think about taking an off-road driving course. It will enhance your appreciation for all your Touareg can do and increase the pleasure you get out of driving it. One of the things that made you choose a Volkswagen model is that it's different. Different is a good thing. It sets us apart from the crowd. Well, it sets you apart from the crowd. And one of the ways you can make your Touareg truly distinctive is by adding genuine Volkswagen parts and accessories. One of the most important accessories is the Westphalia trailer hitch. If you didn't order one, but find a need in the future, make sure an authorized Volkswagen dealership installs it for you. With the sophisticated electronics and tightly engineered construction on your Touareg, aftermarket hitches may cause serious damage. Your Volkswagen dealership has a great selection of accessories to jazz up your new Touareg. Everything from wheels to roof rack add-ons, air deflectors, splash guards, and rear spoilers, just to name a few. There are interior accessories too, trim kits, cargo liners, everything you need to give Touareg your signature. Of course, you can't be driving all the time. There's also driver gear, Volkswagen branded lifestyle clothing and accessories that make a fashion statement that says, "I love my Volkswagen." With shirts, hats, jackets, PDA cases, wallets, backpacks, luggage, even hacky sacks and yo-yos, there's something for everyone who owns a Volkswagen model or wants to own one. Oh, by the way, they make great gifts too. Drop somebody a hint. If your Touareg is equipped with the available radio navigation system, it's highly unlikely you'll ever get lost. The highly detailed map software, coupled with a global positioning system, or GPS, can track you and get you to your destination. The system comes with 10 CDs of mapping information for North America, excluding Alaska and Mexico. On long trips, you'll only need to change CDs when you exit major interstates. Updated CDs should be available each June. You can purchase updated CDs through your dealer or www.navtech.com. You cannot play a CD while using the nav system unless you have the optional 6-disc CD changer. In addition to GPS tracking, there are other sensors that measure the car's movement and driving distance. When compared to the digital map database, your location and direction can be calculated to within a few feet. There are a lot of features to your nav system. For complete details, please consult your user's manual. When the unit is first powered up, a warning screen will alert you to the fact that the navigation system can be distracting. You should always bring the vehicle to a stop in a safe place before entering information into the system. You must push the Accept button before continuing from the warning screen. This will take you to the last function the unit was in before powering down. Press the navigation button to use the system. The function keys, or soft keys, will now display their current usage. You can select them by pressing the button next to the operation you wish to enable, or press the rotary button on the right to activate the highlighted selection. Rotating the knob will change the selection. You may enter a new destination or choose one from a list of pre-selected destinations. The system also has thousands of points of interest such as parks, museums, stadiums, and so on pre-stored. To enter a new destination, select New Address, which again changes the soft key functions. From this screen, you can choose several options. Start with City. Use the rotary knob to select the first letter of the desired city. Then press the knob. If it seems the selection is going backwards, remember that the rotary button is selecting from the list in clockwise or counterclockwise fashion. So if you're in the lower half of the list, it will be going left when you're turning right. As you spell the name, a list of cities will appear, which you can choose from. You can continue to spell the name of the city or scroll through the list. The more you spell, the fewer choices to scroll through. The Smart Spell feature will dim those letters that are not selectable, making it easier to pick the city you want to select. To scroll through the list, press and hold the rotary button for 2 seconds. Now you can scroll through the list. When you have the city you want, press and hold again. Once you have a city selected, choose a street. If you wish, you can choose Center, which will take you to the center of town. Pressing the Escape key at any time will take you back one screen, like the back button on a web browser. Choose the street in the same manner as city. Once your street is chosen, you can go to a nearby intersection or a specific address number. Choosing house number gives you a range of addresses. Choose an appropriate range or enter the address manually. Again, press and hold the rotary button to pick from the list at any time. Once you have a destination selected, choose Start, and the system goes into action, determining your position and guiding you to your destination.
The route is being calculated.
The system will give you visual and audio guidance to let you know what actions to take. You can turn the audio help off at any time. If you should make a wrong turn or decide not to follow the directions, the system automatically recalculates your route from your new location. While in the travel mode, the soft keys have new functions. On the left, you can zoom in or out on the map for a closer or wider view. The next key is Auto Zoom, which lets you toggle between 2 different views, closer and farther. The crosshairs allow you to target a specific point on the map and have the system direct you there. Below that, the Information button repeats the last directional command. On the right-hand side, the top key toggles the soft keys off, giving you more viewable map space. Pressing the rotary button brings them back. The next key displays a step-by-step route list from beginning to end. The compass key shows your direction, altitude, your GPS location, the angle of your front wheels, and other valuable information. Press Escape to bring back the map and soft keys. Points of interest will display a list of places you might be looking for: restaurants, gas stations, shopping centers, and so on. The final key lets you select the type of display you want to view, as well as the information you want to see in the display. Checking the selections turns them on. The navigation system is intuitive and relatively easy to figure out once you get your hands on it. It does have a lot of sophisticated features, and you'll constantly be surprised by all the things it can do. Take the time to get familiar with your navigation system, and to get the most out of it, make sure you read your manual thoroughly and go exploring with confidence. We'd like to thank you for buying a Volkswagen model. At Volkswagen, we truly care about you and your driving experience. We want it to be an enjoyable, rewarding, fun experience for you, and we'll be there for you when you need us. Of course, you can always call your sales consultant or service consultant for help, or drop into the dealership. They'll be happy to see you. Make sure you book your first service appointment, and please, return to the dealership soon after delivery. We want to make sure everything on your new Touareg is as perfect as you expect it to be. You can also contact customer care at 1-800-822-8987 if you have any questions or concerns that cannot be resolved through the dealership.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the Volkswagen Customer Care Center. This is Charlene Turner. How can I help you?
Don't forget that if you should ever have trouble on the road during your 4-year, 50,000-mile limited warranty, we're right here with you with roadside assistance. And by all means, visit VW.com from time to time. There's always something new: information, press releases, RadioVW.com, and of course, product information on the complete Volkswagen lineup. Maybe you're already thinking about your next Volkswagen model, or a second one. I'm sure you'll be very happy with your new Touareg. And if this is your first Volkswagen, I hope you become a Volkswagen driver for life. Thanks for watching. Now, get out there in your new Touareg. There's plenty of places it can go.